yourself. If you want to learn to love somebody, you gotta learn to love yourself. We got there and we met up with him and we went to a fundraiser at a very, very wealthy private school just outside Hocko Beach, and which is on the coast. And we did a big fundraiser for the orphanage because they were actually in jeopardy of closing down there. And there's a lot of wealthy people there. So we did a little bit of talk and explained what was going on. And then I did a bunch of songs for all the people there. And then the next day we went to San Jose from Hocko and then performed at the orphanage for all the kids there. So it was amazing how that one worked out.
Yeah, that's and didn't you, isn't that the one that you did what they call like tree hopping, or you were you doing that? Tell me
we
about
went on
that
the zip lines.
Okay, what is
in
that?
In this ancient growth red forest. So we would go up these trees and they would have these like zip lines set up, like a cable from one to the other, and you'd be like on a pulley thing and you'd jump off and you'd slide all the way to the next tree platform.
So what you're doing is going from tree platform, swinging off on this pulley thing, and going to the next tree platform?
Like a trolley kind of, you're flying, it was, and you're in the very top of the treetops.
Do you do work like this in Canada?
Yeah, I would, well, one of the things I would, I've always performed a lot of children's hospitals, things like that, as well as the regular kind of, adult contemporary gigs and stuff like that. And then I'm also a co-director of the Agape Roadshow, which is here in Los Angeles. And so we go to prisons and hospitals, a lot of convalescent hospitals, children's hospitals, every Sunday, and I perform there. So they'll usually bring me a group of people, and I'll play for them, and then after that I'll go bed to bed to sing to people who can't leave their beds. And it's just absolutely amazing. Cornell Christensen is the director, and I'm one of the co-directors of the ministry, and it is just so fulfilling. I always go in there and feel like I need those people much more than they need me.
Yeah, it makes your life go around, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's just amazing. And again, people in their beds in a lot of physical and emotional pain, and then you hit that first chord and something just shifts in them, and they just come alive, and and it definitely can ease their, one of the experiences I had in Canada, there was this little girl named Erica, and she had leukemia, and she was towards the end of her life, and she was a big fan of mine. She would take my CDs and sell them at the children's hospitals and sell them for me, and she was just amazing. And right towards the end of her life, her mom phoned me and said that, it's coming to the end, and, would I consider coming and singing for Erica? And I said, yeah, and so we scheduled it for like Wednesday, and I think it was on Saturday, and the next day was Mother's Day. And I got up that morning, and I just had this overwhelming feeling that I should call and go see Erica that day. And I didn't know why, and her mom said, yeah, come over. So I came over there, and her and her grandmother were there, and Erica was lying on the couch, and she had lost all kind of weight, and she was having a terrible allergic reaction from the medication she was on, and she was scratching and very uncomfortable, and just couldn't sit still. And so I started singing to her, and her mother and grandmother were like out of her field of view, and they were crying their eyes out, and so I'm trying not to look at them, and I'm trying to focus, and Erica was singing along with me on every song of mine. She knew every word to every song in this broken, tired little voice, but she's singing the best she can. And again, her body completely calmed down. She totally relaxed, and I stayed for a couple hours, and and it was everything to hold it together for me, because I knew this may be the last time I was going to see her, or at least I was going to come back on Wednesday to see her again. But it's just so sad to see her like that. And then when I left, same thing, I got back into my car and I just lost it for half an hour. But I had to keep it together in front of her grandmother and mother. And later that evening, she passed. She transitioned, made her transition. So if I wouldn't have listened to my feeling about that, I wouldn't have had that experience with her. And her mother told me that she never went back into the painful part. She was very at peace after, I think I left there maybe 8 p.m. and she passed, I think, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But she stayed calm and wasn't alert, didn't have the reactions.
She'd been nurtured in a place that really helped, just supported her.
And what a beautiful experience for me that I got to be, a part of her making her transition.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was so emotional. But again, it's just the power of music and these experiences that I am so blessed to have and to share.
Absolutely. So I want you to play one of the songs from your CD.
Sure.
And we're just gonna let you just play, and that's the way we're gonna end the show.
Okay.
But I am so grateful for your gift, for your music, for your CD, for your website, and all the work that you do. There's credits that roll and let people know how to get in touch with me, and I'll put them directly in touch with you.
Cool.
And
I've got a great website. All my songs are on there, and those pictures that you showed, plus a whole bunch more on there.
Yeah, they get a real flavor for what you do and how you serve, which is really just really beautiful.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, so let's get ready to hear you sing.
Cool. Thank you very much for having me here.
Absolutely.
It's been really fun.
Absolutely.
Such a pretty soul all alone, a heart so full of tears. Such sadness blinds your eyes, loneliness your biggest fear. It feels like it's forever. Wonder what happened to that fairy tale. 'Cause every time your ships come in, only your dreams sailed away. Desperately you try not to cry. Dreams do come true, you pray. But do you believe you're worth it to turn this dark into day? If you want to learn to love somebody, you gotta learn to love yourself. There's romance all around you, but you feel like a flower in a desert sea, thinking maybe I'm not worth it, or maybe love is not for me. Like a child deserves their mother's touch, like a rose deserves the rain. Your desires are straight from heaven, and your prayers won't end in vain. The whole world feels your beauty, touched by the warmth within your eyes. But it's you who must believe it before your spirit can touch the skies. If you want to learn to love somebody, you gotta learn to love yourself. If you want to learn to love somebody, you gotta learn to love yourself. There's a passion in your soul ready to ignite. If you'd open your heart, step into the light. If you want to learn to love somebody, you gotta learn to love yourself. Far away as they seem.